If you want to adjust any of the report appearances, how a particular meet program looks, or results sheet, or anything of that nature, if you go back up to Setup and go to Report Preferences, that gives you options under the Report Formats tab. If you want to list the athletes with their last name first or not, you can list them with their first name first. In most three-column meet programs, if you do that, it only prints the kid's first name. You may have a lot of Johnnies and Janes and Susies. So again, listing the last name first is probably the preferred way to do it. You can see all the other different options here. You can limit the X for scoring limits or the J for the judge's decision. Usually you want to leave those alone and leave them unchecked. Notice you've got all sorts of other options in how the particular meet's going to appear. Notice under printer options, you could tell the computer, once I generate a report, print it straight to the printer. Don't go through the step of pulling it up on the screen, having me look at it, printing the report out, going through the extra steps there. When you're operating at the meet, this is usually a preferred way of doing things. It's a good time saver. It's a good way to save 15 to 20 seconds every time that you print out a result, which again, with 86 events, the time savings on that is pretty significant. But in some cases, you want to make sure that report does preview to the screen because some of the reports will be quite lengthy. You can also tell the computer specifically to print every time I generate a report, I want 1 copy, 2 copies, 3 copies. Collate it or not. Same thing again for your labels. And in most cases, you're only going to print 1 set of labels. The other important things are under report headers. If you click on that tab, that gives you the option, instead of just having the dual meet name listed at the report header, you could have a nice, St. Ives welcomes Hillbrook. Good luck Waves. You could also put in things like sponsor notices. St. Ives versus Hillbrook, brought to you by Pizza Hut. Punctuation, again, that's just more personal preference. Do you want your reports to come out all uppercase, lowercase, how they were input? And again, that applies to everything from the athlete names, team names, even the record names. And again, if you want to input logos at the footers, you can include that as well. Again, kind of a neat thing to offer a sponsor. If you've got a team sponsor, you can say, look, every meet program we're going to print is going to include your logo. So again, that's a good way to do that. You can, again, once you do it, you can select the logo, and it's going to give you the option to go hunt down that particular picture or JPEG file. Once that's done, you click OK, and that's report preferences.